Okay, we'll call this meeting to the Board of Zoning Appeals to order. First item of business is a roll call. Ms. Freddie Banks is absent. Ron Moreland, Cecily Saputo, Mark Presley. We also have codes official Miss Rosalie and Jarrett Schaefer from GNRC. We do have a quorum. Next item of business then is to look at the minutes from the July 8th meeting. I think everybody has a copy in front of them. If there are no additions or corrections, I entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Mark, second. Ron. Motion by Mark, second by Ron to approve. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next item is the agenda. I think everyone has the agenda in front of them. Any additions or corrections to the agenda? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as stands. Motion by Mark, second by Miss Cicely. I have a motion to approve the agenda by Mark Presley, second by Cecily Saputo. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Second, then any old business? I don't think we have any old business. So we'll progress to new business. Looks like we have one item of new business for a variance for major home occupation from William Ross for his gun repair and refurbish shop. Mr. Ross, the floor is yours if you'd like to make some comments.
There you go. Oh, I hear myself talk like this. So anyway, what I'm going to be doing or propose to do is eventually I would like to move. I own Custom Defense in Gallatin, Tennessee. It's been there for 25 years. I recently purchased it last year, and eventually I would like to move it out to the acreage that I've got on 141 North. What I do there is outlined in that little pamphlet there. The main thing is repair and refurbishment. Although I do custom builds on 1911s and AR platforms, but the majority of my business is refurbishment and rebuilds. So if you've got an old firearm that you want refurbished and put back into working order or like new condition, that's what we do. Other than that, it's I mount scopes during hunting season and stuff like that, and sight them in sometimes. I do function tests in the property that I'm at. I don't have a range, and the only range that I have at the house is one for me. And I test. I'll sight in my weapons, or I'll sight in whatever I've been working on. Other than that, I have bullet catchers inside the shop, so no one will know what's going on. And as far as clientele, right now the shop is open Monday, Thursday, and Friday from 9 to 5 on Mondays and Thursdays, and 9 to 4:30 on Fridays. As I move things out to the house, it will be by appointment only. I don't want all that traffic. But when I say that traffic, on a busy day, I have 10 people. That's a busy day. Actually, that's a busy week, because most of it comes in staggers and it lasts for 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time. by appointment. So when I'm not doing my full-time job is when I'll be doing this. When I decide to retire, that's what I'm gonna do. 90% of them would be indoors. If I've got a rifle or a shotgun, I can't shoot that indoors. But that doesn't happen very often. And I would respect everybody's, but I'm not gonna do midnight shoots or anything like that unless y'all get together and wanna come by. Well, now, that you do bring up, I understand the question. They are becoming something of, a thing now. So night scopes would be, but I mean, if I need to let somebody know, I can let my neighbors know that I'm gonna be doing some shooting other than at the Coyotes at night. So far, yes, sir. One of them is right there. But I've talked to Paul and I've talked to Chris and I've talked to the Martins and they're okay with it so far. I mean, but I don't give any reason, for not to. Yes,
Are
sir.
there going to be any employees or is it just yourself?
Right now, it's just me.
Okay.
So
And then as far as the business itself, is it going to be in an existing building or are you building something new?
now I have two shops
Okay.
that are 40 by 60 shops that I'm going to encompass. The main one's going to be in the front and I may do some storage in the back. But the main building will be the front shop with my residence in the very front.
Okay. And you said you have,
All of this is separate.
okay. And you have weapons clearing barrels, you said?
I'm
Some-
sorry?
You have like a weapons clearing barrel, you said, outside or in the shop
Well, I'll have,
for discharging?
I can. I really,
Just curious.
that's something that carries over from the military. No. If I'm engaged, I don't want to hear something go off. So no, I don't think that I would do that. I mean, I can if that's something that would y'all would stipulate, but
No, I don't think so. I'm just curious if you,
no. I'm really not gonna let anybody do any shooting except unless it's me. But I have questions all like that a lot. I mean, there'll be a sign, no loaded weapons, but that doesn't happen. Sometimes that can't happen. They show up with, I've got a jammed firearm, so it's gotta come in loaded. But they let me know most of the time.
So sorry, gotta remember your camera on. So you said it's by appointment only. So when would you schedule appointment? What, for yourself, what hours are outside that you're not going to take appointments?
I won't take any appointments after 5 o'clock. And of course, I'm a pilot by profession, so that's what I do. So when somebody calls and tells me they want to drop off a weapon, I'll tell them I'll be back in town on this day and we can take care of that then. And then I will call them and let them know when it's ready for pickup. So that's what I mean by appointment only. That's not going to be, I don't want that kind of traffic at the house. I don't want to give the sheriff more business than he needs.
And as far as the morning hours, are they allowed to come?
From say, okay, if I'm home and from 9 to 5, let's say, so by appointment only during that time frame, unless somebody's got I got to be at work at 9 o'clock. Can I drop it off early? I'm here. We can work something out, but I'm not going to make a habit out of it. I may be up at 5. That doesn't mean I want somebody at 7:30.
I assume the ATF is gonna have some regulations that you're gonna have.
Yes, and they've already been notified, so they were the first ones notified that I was moving my FFL out here. So it will all be legal. They'll come and inspect the buildings for anything, and they'll make suggestions on tidying it up not tidying up, securing it. It's already gated to an extent. The alarm's already set. I've got motion sensors out there and everything's on video anyway. The previous owner had cameras set up and I just utilized those and added a couple more. They will. Yes, ma'am, they will. And I just completed an audit about 3 months ago at the shop and passed, so it's not. It's gonna be a gradual thing. So, I'm not on a lease, but there's a lot of equipment to move and I've got so much space trying to figure out how to utilize the space. It's kind of difficult right now. I may have to put up a couple interior walls, non-load bearing walls that you and I have talked about. But I don't think they're going to be carrying any electricity or anything like that. There's just going to be partitions, more or less. Parts would be the main thing. So I may have a couple put together for display, but nothing, I'm not gonna have an arsenal, no.
Any more questions? Mark, you're familiar with this place. It's Brian King's old. Yep. So those were previously a car shop where he restored old cars. So they're nice buildings. Any more questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to either approve or deny. I have a motion to approve the variance for custom gun shop by Mark Presley, second by Cicely Saputo. Any further discussion? Mr. GNRC, you've got anything you want to add?
No, actually, my only question actually was that maybe it may even fit into the minor home occupation, just depending on how much, think so, not based on what you've heard.
The minor home occupation does not allow customers to come to the residence. So if the customers come to the residence, then it's an automatic major home occupation.
Okay.
qualification.
Yep. Okay, seeing no more further discussion, then we have a motion to approve. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Congratulations, you got your variance. Yep.
And Mr. Ross, I do want to let you know too, that this approval is good. This approval is good for 3 years. And at the end of 3 years, you'll need to come back and show us, how the business is going. Are we doing things the same at what was approved? So just to give you a heads up. There we go.
Okay, discussion topics. I have one. How are we coming on the 3-year thing? Any movement on some of the businesses that need to come back in front of us?
Yeah, sir.
I assume that would fall under old business when we got there. Is that correct?
Actually, I think that would still be good business because now it's a reaffirming.
Okay. Let me see, report from chairman. Other than that, I have nothing. How about the report from our building inspector? If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh,
Okay, I'm so sorry. You will, we have reserved this for every month now. There will be some things coming definitely next month that you guys will need to look at. Just give you fair warning.
anything else? Now I'll entertain the motion to adjourn. Motion by Mark Presley. We're adjourned. Thanks, everybody.